So in this video we are going to talk about uh, neural networks. So as this particular series of videos are more deep dive and hands-on into PyTorch, the basic operations, and not definitely some going into deep in some business verticals to solve. So the understanding of neural networks is crucial and very important. So if you know already neural networks, you can skip or you can stay for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so if you see, let's open any image. So it's basically a deep neural network. What it does, it has so just understand the structure first. You have some input layer, then you have some hidden layer, and then you have some output layer. So just understand in a way that you are providing input to some production pipeline. You have some pipeline configured and set, and then you have some output. So let's say I'm Rahul Gandhi and I'm saying ki you are just putting potatoes in this input layer, and in the output layer you are getting gold. Okay, so that is in a nutshell what a deep neural network is. Now before understanding this whole mess, right, what you have to understand very quickly is all these dots. That means a neuron. So let's just go and check a single neuron. Don't get freak out with the maths and all. So it's nothing but just vector algebra, and these are nothing but some English words written in what it called latex. Okay, latex probably. So yeah, here you can see what is happening. You have inputs, and inputs are nothing but your features mean, let's say I want to calculate salary of a person. Okay, so I'm passing the age, the job, the occupation, the graduation, initial previous occupations as parameters. Those parameters are this x1, x2, x3, blah blah blah. So this can be your age, this can be your salary, this can be your previous occupation, this can be your living, which state the guy lives. Okay, and these inputs are getting feed into one network, and this network, don't take it in a very layman term. It's nothing but what is happening. These are all numbers. There are some system means linear algebra means there are some multiplication and summation going on. So it will be some equation. Okay, abcd plus bcda plus abjb. Don't you have to understand all of this. Just understand there are some multiplication and addition is going on, and this is what your one layer does. Okay, so this x1 is getting combined with this w11, this x2 is getting combined with this w21, and all this, right? So this completes your one set of layer. Now you have understood what's input is, what a layer is, and if you go to the network you will see it's nothing. Your deep neural network is nothing but a sequence of layers. Okay, and all the layers, all the neurons are interconnected in a way, and then finally whatever output you required, okay, from the way you configured, right? Like Rahul Gandhi configured it for potato in input and gold in output. So the same thing. Okay, so that's what your neural network does, and this is, now let's understand what the math behind this neural network and all. So one thing that you have already studied, or if you are from arts or commerce background, also you have studied. If you are from arts background, or some literature and all those stuffs you are studying, and you are interested in machine learning and stuff, you just have to understand in class 9 or class 11 or most probably class 9 10, you have learned about metrics. You have learned about linear algebra. Linear algebra means for solving your x1 for x2, right? That means you have ax1 plus a2x2 equals to c1 or something like that. This equation if you can solve, you can understand what neural network is doing. Okay, so here if you see all of these inputs or neuron inputs, basically it goes here, some linear algebra happens here. Okay, so linear algebra mean is nothing but this parameters times this input, what I have said, multiplication and addition will be some bias term, okay, plus b or something. You don't worry about that, and this is what your basic neuron does. Now what this a means, this some activation in neural network courses will go deeper, because I'm assuming most of the audience here already know what neural network does. So this, then once your linear algebra part is over, some non-linearity will become, and this tan h is nothing but non-linearity. That means it's the loophole, or it's the clause or the document of your contract. That means this part is making the linear thing, or the very simple thing a bit complex or complicated to solve real world complex problem. Okay, and once that is done, your calculation is done, you will throw it, the garbage will go to the output or the junction, or the sewage will discharge in ocean to pollute the city, or make the world great again. And once the output is not matching, I mean the world is not getting or becoming great again, then it again uses one learning algorithm as well as loss function to check, okay, where I went wrong in the whole system, and then they figure out that, okay, my politician is not that great. Okay, so this is the whole neural network architecture looks like. So you just remember, when someone asks in your interviews, most probably you're learning for interviews or for your own learning or for your projects or your job profile, basically your neurons are inspired by your brain communication signals, axon, dendrons, and all those blah blah stuff, which probably you don't recall or remember. Just see one images. So you have input layers, you have then some hidden layers where they called so-called the magic is happening inside your neural network, and you have some output layer, and that's it. Three things you have to remember: your input, then you have hidden layers, and you have output layers. And layers are nothing but layers, like, it's, you can think it like patties or laksha paratas. That means one upon another. It's sedimentation of linear algebra. That's what you called stuffs as linear layer, or basically your hidden layers, just for your understanding. Okay, these are nothing but your sandwich layers. Okay, one after another: salami, bread, then again some sauces, some tomato, some ketchups, and that's how you build a 7 layer or 7-story building, 10-layer sandwich. Those layers are these hidden layers. So if you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 something, this layer contains this many neurons, and all these are interconnected. And what each neuron does in this tab, we have seen, it does the mathematical computation, which is nothing but multiplication, summation, both the things simultaneously in this sign, in this lattice complex sign that you don't have to understand. And once this algebra and all the stuff is done, then it applies some nonlinearity, and then it gives the output which Rahul Gandhi expects, again gold, but when it comes out, let's say silver, or let's say loss in your political rally, then again it debugs, and it figured out, okay, there might be some mistake in Bengal election. Okay, then again it readjusts, again it does the same thing, and again it gold is not coming out. Let's say a file paper is coming out, again it revisits, and that way, let's say it is happening 100 times or 1000 times, or more than 1000 times most probably, until it converges, and then Rahul Gandhi finally has the prime minister throne or the gold, whatever. And he is inputting potatoes here, remember, which is nothing but the voters of India most probably. Okay, so that's it for this video. In this video, I've learned what is a neuron and how actually neural network works. So remember, in case of neural network, you first segregate between three things you have to understand: input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. And then when someone will ask you about neuron to test your intellectual, then you have to come to this image, and that's it. I think if you see the neural network refreshers, I guess I'll create, or probably already there in the channel, you will get deeper into all those literatures, all those writings and understandings, and then there we can talk about what this tan age and what this a and what this summation means. But mostly I am guessing that you guys are already well mature enough, and that's why you came here. So have fun, learn PyTorch, and we'll build cool stuff together in YouTube for free, and let be all use